LuckyStarRadio.com here, NAMM 2015. We are at Universal Audio on the third day speaking with Gannon. How you doing?
I'm great, man. Thank you for asking.
Excellent. How many years has Universal Audio been at NAMM?
I really can't answer that question, but we were established in 1958, so I'm reasonably sure that we've been at NAMM since its very inception.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What's the latest product here?
The latest product at NAMM 2015, we're announcing Apollo Expanded, which is the most significant update to the Apollo platform since we introduced it in 2012. So it's a really big deal for us. It kind of stands on three legs. There's a hardware leg to that where we're introducing Expanded I/O. You can now connect any Apollo to any Apollo, up to 4 Apollos in a single system with a single Thunderbolt cable between each one. So people have been asking that since we introduced Apollo Twin or the different types. So now you can mix and match an Apollo 16, an Apollo Quad, an Apollo Twin, up to 4 Apollos in a system, and up to 6 UAD2 devices in a system. So the system size has grown as well.
Yeah.
So that's expanding your I/O, expand your studio. The second leg we're standing on is expanding your sound. So we're introducing a number of new plugins to go with this. Most of them are sort of focusing on music creation and real-time operations. So this one of the ones we're very excited about is the Woodworks plugin from Sound Machine. This allows you to take the piezo output from an acoustic guitar and re-mic it into a beautifully mic'd acoustic studio guitar. You start with a bunch of body types and dial in what sounds best with your piezo acoustic combination, and then you can adjust your mix of neck microphone and body microphone, so you're adjusting the resonance and acoustic properties of the guitar in real time.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you're recording vocals and guitar and you want to keep your guitar or protect them from the vocal bleed or other, if you're recording with drums, or if you were at NAMM, for example, you could actually use that guitar track. It's a very cool thing. We're also introducing a new collection called the UAD Distortion Essentials. The UAD Distortion Essentials is 3 stomp boxes, starting with the Ibanez Tube Screamer, the Raw Distortion, which is a model of the Pro Little Rat, and then the Bermuda Triangle, which is a model of the Big Muff Pie. So 3 essential stomp boxes, which why we call it the UAD Distortion Essentials.
Yeah.
And what's unique about these is they're unison enabled, which means that when you plug into the high Z input on your Apollo Twin, it changes the input impedance of the actual high Z input to match what these stomp boxes are. So they have that impacts what your pickups do and how it delivers the dampening of the strings.
Yeah.
And so these deliver dead on stomp box tones. So we're really excited about that. We also are introducing the Friedman Amp Collection by Brainworks, and these are 2 boutique high-gain amplifiers. There's a 100-watt model and a 45-watt model that are just killer, and Brainworks has done a terrific job of modeling these in their customary style. They've added whole cabinet type and microphone collections and things, so that you can mix and match different cabinets, different microphones, and get a tremendous range of color with these things. So, fantastic. Then, last but not least, we are introducing for the first time in an audio interface, Auto-Tune Live. So this is something that will run in real time on an Apollo. It'll do pitch correction and formant correction just like the original Auto-Tune, same algorithm. And it responds to MIDI notes and scales just like the original Auto-Tune. And all this is coming out with Apollo Expanded. So that's the expand your sound aspect of the release. The last aspect, and we've been looking at it all along here, is the new Apollo console. So this is what we're calling Expand Your Control. This is a brand new application written from the ground up, 64-bit enabled graphics. So what's unique about it is it's completely scalable. You'll notice as I go smaller here, the microphone preamp first shrinks down, and the preamp and the inserts go from icons to a list. So, and then as I go even smaller, watch the fader scale.
Yeah.
So the fader scale actually changes. The fader throw becomes smaller.
Yeah.
And what's really cool about this is we've organized it in multiple windows. So you can have many, many windows open and they're independent. So you would use that like this, for example. If I open up a brand new window and close it down all the way so that I'm just looking at my control room outputs, then I can close the big window, and that's all that's left. So I can organize my view. I can just tear that off and have it be over Pro Tools or whatever app I'm working with. And it allows you to customize your view in a really cool way. So there's a number of enhancements that we've done here. If I go to the settings window to manage your hardware, this shows you that I've got 2 Apollo 16s cascaded together and an Apollo Twin. You can organize where the sound comes out. So this is my master unit. The sound is coming out of there. However, I'm controlling the monitor level for the whole system. You can see this guy going up and down as I do the monitor level on the Apollo Twin. So the idea behind here is it operates kind of a remote mode. This guy would live in your rack. This guy lives on your desktop. You get a headphone output and a guitar input, 2 mic preamps, and your volume control. So it's a great way of adding some control to your system. We've also done a revolutionary job on what you publish to Core Audio. So as you start to aggregate your I/O, you can end up with a lot of physical inputs and outputs. Some applications limit the number of streams that they can see. So this allows you to go in and say, okay, out of my 128 inputs and 128 outputs, I'm going to publish 32 of them to Core Audio. It lets you select any of the physical I/O and collect them into a preset. So they don't have to be contiguous, they don't have to be on the same unit. So that means if you're patched into a patch bay, you can select which I/O you want to make up that collection of 32. Save it as a preset, use it again, and the console sits on top of that. So you would use that to create like a tracking preset, a mixing preset, hardware inserts preset. It really helps you organize your I/O world. Lots of other things here too. We've added up to 2 sets of alt speakers. People have been asking, how can I control 3 sets of speakers? Now you can do that. How do I control my cues, and how many cues can I have? You can have up to 4 sets of cues now, regardless of your system size, and you have a cue window that lets you determine what the source of each cue is, and then where the cue surfaces. So in this system, I have just this one physical headphone output, but I've got 2 Apollo 16s there, so I can tell it to come out any Apollo 16's output, and it helps you just make the most out of your cue. And then lots of usability features in the console as well. So one of the coolest things we've done now is we've added channel strip presets, and these allow you to collect all of the inserts into a single window. Save them and recall them. So if I go here and recall stack number 1, boom, it will populate that. Come on, I clicked on it. So there we go. So it now adds those 3 inserts in a row, and you can look at them all together in a single window. So all the plugins are there as a chain, as a single chain. Their settings are intact, so you basically dial in your favorite vocal chain or your favorite guitar chain, save it as a preset, and then you can recall it on any Apollo input. Lots of other enhancements here, like drag and drop, option drop, option copy. We have individual. If I go to Inserts view here, you'll notice that every channel has this button on it. This is the Insert Record Monitor switch. So you can choose which channels are recording the effects and which are monitoring the effects only on a per channel basis. So you would use that if you're going to maybe track your drums all with the processing and then save your vocals and guitars dry so you can process those later, make decisions later. So that's a really great per channel insert switch. Our sends view, this is kind of an interesting one here. This allows you to really get the most out of your sends. You have a lot of fader travel here, and you can create. These are the actual monitor faders down here. So I'm creating a mix for what I'm hearing in the speakers. But if I want to send that and create a headphone mix with that, I just click this button, and that just sends that mix right up to the headphones. So I'm done. The other cool thing is multiple levels of undo. So if I just want to, I made a mistake, undo that, oops, undo that, up to 64 levels of undo, including presets and including plugin parameters. That's expand your control. So expand your I/O, expand your sound, expand your control. That's Apollo expanded. All this comes out in March of this year, and it's. This is NAMM 2015, and thank you for watching.
This is fantastic. And what is the website that people can go to?
That's right. Thank you for reminding me. Go to uaudio.com.
uaudio.com.
Yeah, we'll be posting more information as we get closer to the release.
Gannon, this is awesome. Thank you
Thanks,
so
man.
much for taking the time.